You mentioned something during that was about you said you can be the driving force in your head. So I guess my question is what's the other voice? If the other voice is a negative voice and you don't think it's my voice or the person's voice, then whose voice is that?
It's your voice. I mean, we have a duality of personality, and it's the fight or flight. So if you think about it, fight and flight are completely opposite reactions to a challenge. But it's still in your brain. It's still part of your brain. So your brain comes up with lots of choices, but they tend to fall into two different categories. Stop doing this. This is painful, or this is dangerous, or this is not going to turn out well, or continue doing this. This is pleasurable. This is getting me someplace, and continue doing this. And then you look at the consequences. The brain's calculating the consequences. So if you're running away from a saber-toothed tiger, the consequences are if you stay and fight, you might die. And the consequences
Right.
if you run, you might survive. So the consequences have a lot to do with the intensity of that conversation in your head
Okay.
and the immediacy of it. Whether it's a long conversation that goes on for months or weeks, or whether it happens in a split second. But that's the way the human brain is wired. We're wired to confront a threat and make a decision, and we are also wired to weigh the possibilities and the outcomes associated with those possibilities. So it's just the way it is. It's just the way the brain's wired. It's a good thing. It's kept the species alive for a long time. But when you have too much time to think about, getting a raise at work, or whether you should go ask that girl out for a date, it rises to the level in your brain of whether you should run from the saber-toothed tiger or fight the saber-toothed tiger, because the brain doesn't make the distinction. So you still get the same level of intensity and emotion and
For sure.
anxiety or euphoria.